This is brought to you by.
Hey guys, welcome back to the WODdoc Project 365, episode 948. Maybe it's 49. I think it's 48 though. Guys, if you're following along on YouTube, jump on over to WODdoc.com. Check out all of our full-length videos. That's where we house them. Found ourselves out here at CrossFit Love. I like to visit this place. Ron's always good to me here, so we like to come back and have a bunch of fun. It's his birthday today, so anybody that's out there, give him a little love. CrossFit Love, right?
At CrossFit Love Philly.
So guys, what we're talking about today is a little bit of hollow rock. We just got, what was his handle?
JFK Beta.
JFK Beta just came in here and he was showing us some tips on hollow rock type stuff. And I want to be able to share that with you guys. Best thing to do when you learn something is to also teach it, kind of cements that stuff in, right? So we're going to do a couple things here. There's a couple steps. First we have Megan. She's going to help us find the angle at which we should use our hollow rocks. A lot of us out there believe that we should all be in this perfect hollow position, but it really is based on your ability level. Here's a great way to find it. If I use any type of bungee or band here, right, I can place this underneath Megan's back, okay? So the whole thing about the hollow rock, right, the take-home point, if you guys get nothing else and you only listen to like 2 seconds of this video, is that we want the small of your back glued down to the ground. So if I can pull this out, let me pull it out. She's so good that I can't even do it, right? If we can pull this out that easily, that's gonna be bad, right? So we want the small of that back right there glued to the ground as hard as we can. So to make it easiest for us, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have Megan bring her legs all the way up to 90 degrees. She's super flexible and able to do that. Some of you guys might have a little bit of trouble. Go up to wherever your flexibility allows you. So she pushes her stomach down, flat on the back, glues that sucker all the way down to the ground. Here's how we find the angle at which we should be practicing our hollow rocks. She's gonna keep the PVC pipe glued to her thighs, and she's gonna keep her shoulders up, chin is up, looking at her toes, her legs are gonna come down, PVC pipe is gonna kind of follow down her thigh, right? To whatever point she gets at, to where her back starts to lift up. Now she's super good, but let's just say, come up just a little bit, it starts to fall out right there. That's the angle, and that's the form that we want her to be practicing that hollow rock position at. She's starting to fail just a little bit, right? I was trying to make you stay there for as long as we can. So, step 1 is to find the angle at which you're at, right? Step 2 is to be like, okay, so what happens if I'm not as good as Megan is, right? Because I definitely can't do it that well. Well, Ron's gonna help us out in that case, right? One thing that we care about is that our back is glued to the ground. The second thing that we care about is we don't want to go into that ratchety, jittering type of motion, like where you're moving all over the place and you get these fasciculations, right? We don't want that to happen. So if you turn out like Ron and start shaking like Scooby-Doo in one of those cartoons, what we want to be able to do is reduce the intensity of the exercise. So what Ron's going to do is, again, start up at 90 degrees, right? You can see that his flexibility is just a little bit different than Megan's, right? So he doesn't really have that full lock in his knees, okay? As he comes down, again, PVC is going to be on his thighs, and he comes down, if he starts to rattle a lot, he has 2 options. His option 1 is to be able to bring his legs up to where he doesn't rattle, but if he still wants to challenge himself, is to keep at that same level, but just bend his knees. It's gonna decrease the intensity of the exercise a little bit, and he can still get that same core involvement. Now, what happens if you're a stud like Mitch? If you're a stud like Mitch, we wanna work on a little bit more of fine-tuning the skills. Now, one of the things that we talk about all the time when we're doing these hollow rock positions, right, is keeping these legs together, right? So Mitch doesn't wanna let me pull those legs apart. He's squeezing them, he's seaming his legs together. That was another little tidbit that I stole, right? A way that we can practice with this is by taking any object. This is a little bit big, but you could take the band that we were just using. Mitch is going to get into his awesome position, and now he's just going to squeeze that sucker together. So he works about 2 things. He can still use the mouse trap that we just showed you, right, and reviewed with you, but he can add into squeezing together with his heels. If he bounces the mouse trap, it falls out, or if he drops this sucker, he's failed and he has to start again. Cool? So what we talk about, we want to be able to do a minute 3 times a day, so 3 minutes total, every day. Every day. And he said within 4 to 6 weeks, we should see a drastic improvement, right? So guys, thank you so much. Thanks, Mitch.
Right.
Thanks, Ron. Thanks, Megan. Guys, any questions, comments, please post them below. I'll get to them as soon as I can. And as always, we are optimizing function to optimize performance.